In 1635, two Spanish ships carrying Nigerians bound for slavery in the New World shipwrecked on the shore of St. Vincent Island in the eastern Caribbean Sea. These Africans intermarried with the Caribs, who were a mixture of Arawak and Kalipuna Indians, and gave birth to the Garifuna people, also known as the Garunagu, or Black Caribs. After a bloody battle with the English, the Garifuna were driven off the island. Only about half of the original 4,300 survived the journey. They eventually settled along the curve of the Caribbean coast. This is where we find the Garifuna today, from Nicaragua to Belize. They are a vibrant people, and their unique language and rich culture are still very much alive. In celebration of their incredible voyage, hardships, and enduring spirit, the Garifuna reenact their arrival to the mainland. In Belize, it is on the 19th of November, Settlement Day. Waving the symbols of their people in their hands, the coconut palm, sugarcane, plantain, and cassava, they drink rum, parade and dance down the streets to the sound of handmade drums. The procession ends in the church, where Mass is held.
Most Garino are Catholics. Most of them are Catholics. And we have our own, people call it religion, but I really don't know exactly how to call it, right? Our religion is because we have our own temple where we deal with our ancestry, the spirits of the dead. And through communication with the dead, we know sometimes what is wrong with us.
The religion of the Garifuna people centers around ancestor worship. The requests and demands of the ancestors' spirits are taken very seriously. Paul Nabor has had a life-changing experience through contact with spirits of the dead. 10 years ago, he suddenly fell ill.
One time, the age of 63, I dropped sick. The sickness that I get, it is not no joke. If you don't eat, you don't talk, you can't move your foot, you can't move your hand. What? And you urine nothing. You don't go to the toilet. I didn't go to the toilet. 1 year and 6 months I'm in my bed. Till I feel myself like paper.
During his coma, the voice of his deceased mother spoke to him, saying he must leave his hometown of Livingston, Guatemala, and move across the bay to Punta Gorda, Belize. There, he must build a temple.
I can't see. I'm in darkness. Then a lady healed me. And the voice of this lady is the voice of my mother. My mother said, want or want not, at 15, we're going down to Punta Gorda and you will stay there. I answered my mother, I didn't have no lot, I haven't got no house. Where I'm going to live? She told me my brother is going to take care of you. That's the reason why I'm here. This is 10 years now.
And you feel better now that you're living here?
Oh yes.
Great.
Yes. Oh yes. The very day I land this place, I can tie rope, I can do anything. I feel sound right up to now. No doctor, no medicine. I did what the spirit said, and I intend to go down and back.
Paul obeyed the Spirit's commands and miraculously recovered his health. He now is a priest at the temple where the Spirit works through him. He must remain at all times available to the Spirit who possesses him to heal people and interpret their dreams. If he leaves the temple or goes against the Spirit, he feels he will die.
Well, first of all, one of her daughters got sick. They went to see the doctor. The doctor couldn't do anything to her. So eventually, since she was doing that for a while and there was no improvement, she took her to the witch doctor. And she was the one who told her that she need to do something for her ancestors.
Celia Martinez has a traditional Garifuna temple on her family property. When living family members get sick due to possession by the spirits of the ancestors, a healing ceremony is necessary. This ceremony is called the Degu.
The ancestors would ask about that. They'd say, okay, I want a Degu. And then the family prepare for that. Oh, somebody came to start it up.
You need some help?
We can go in. In our language, Garifuna, this building, is called a Dabuyaba. So right now, they are having their meetings, and they talk about what they will do, what types of foods their ancestors used to eat. So they will prepare for that. They talk about it, how to get them, when to get them, what type of clothes they'll wear, because they will have uniforms. Sometimes in a Degu they have about 3 or 4 types of uniforms. And they usually go to the quays to get fish, crabs, conchs, whatever they can find. I heard that they bought 5 piglets and they are raising them. Now they are getting big, so that's what they will use. And they have to cook rice and beans, maybe stew beans with white rice. They even flew ice cream from Belize City or Belmopan for the pigs to eat. Yeah, so they are being treated special because
Royalty.
That's the way that the man used to be. Yeah, so when they would have the setting of food, they usually have a big table here. And they would set the food. And they have incense too. You see this container here? They set up the incense. They usually bless the area with holy water. And then they set the rum. They have raw rum. They have wines. They have regular rum. All types of drinks. They would have soft drinks, whatever the ancestor used to use or eat. And they bring the pots in, the big pots. They would set it here in this area and they start dishing out. As soon as this food is dished out for you, you go in there. Come to this room. And the priestess will do his ritual over here. Here we have all the images. They would light candles. They also have to use holy water to sprinkle around. And the incense, they have to do that too. They usually get the clothes, they tie a rope like this. And they'd set the clothing for the dead. They set it, they have and under the clothes they would set the shoes. Whatever their footwear is, they set it there also. And they light a candle. They would do that the day before everything happens. The clothes will stay hanging for a whole week, 7 days, before they're taken down, wash them, and you put them away for another time. If that spirit will want a mass or something, you use the same clothing. According to them, they dress up before they do their dancing and their celebration and whatever it is. Yeah, it is festive, yes, it is festive because people dance, you know, and they would dance all night. Trance happens to a lot of people, yeah, it happens. Then they would start talking about certain things, and they would talk about things that people in the group doesn't have any knowledge of, you know. And suddenly this person would talk, and then other people who listen or who knew this person would say, yeah, it is true. This is the way he used to be.
Have you ever experienced those trance?
No, I haven't. I haven't experienced it before.
Okay.
I haven't. You know, so I don't know how it feels. I don't know.
But you've witnessed it.
I have witnessed many. Yeah, I have witnessed many. And you can tell the difference when it's a real trance with the spirits. When somebody would get the trance, they would sing a certain song, and you would, when you listen to the lyrics, then you would hear how it goes, the way they sing it, and then you would remember a dead relative, a grandmother, a grandfather, and it would go through you, and you feel that emotion. Sometimes I cry, you know, I shed some tears because of what I hear in the lyrics. Yeah, it would set your mind so far, and you would remember your relatives who have passed on. Yeah, so it is emotional.
The Garifuna are expert fishermen, bringing these traditions with them from the islands. Their fishing techniques are small scale and involve nets, hand lines, and dugout canoes. Most of the fish are sold and traded locally or eaten by the fishermen and their families.
They have all different types of snappers. They have the gray snappers, they have the yellowtail, they have a mutton snapper, a hustler from Punta Gorda town. You know? That's the way we do our little honest, we make all this living over here, you know?
Into the frying pan it goes.
Our basic food is cassava, plantain, banana, and whatever grown food it is. Because with plantain, I want a basic food. We eat hodot. Very nice.
We coming downstairs with our stuff, with our food stuff. I'm gonna put this here. Okay. Oh, you can.
The preparation of traditional dishes such as cassava bread, local wines, and hoodoo can take several days, setting a pace that is not yet influenced by fast food.
Over
That's downtown.
yeah, what is that? Oh, what's that town? Bridgetown.
Bridgetown, that's right. Barbados. And right across from there, yeah, you want to Parliament.
It's all down there. And then tonight.
Hudut is mashed plantains served with a delicious coconut fish soup.
It's like a tranquilizer. Yeah.
The hoodoo?
Oh yes. You can have a good siesta.
Charles and Celia Martinez, like many other Garifuna, lived in the United States. They worked in New York City for over 20 years. They returned to their hometown of Punta Gorda, Belize, to retire.
Many of our people who have migrated to Florida and New York, Chicago, and California, yeah, they do contribute a lot to the economy. So they send in, they build homes. For instance, you have just becomes like a little industry. America, I can tell you, whether you want it or not, you can kick America right down to the ground and so on. But thank God for America. America helps.
Not long ago, people here did not use money, getting all they needed from the land. Though this has changed, people continue to farm and garden. Charles and Celia grow coconuts, spices, as well as fruits and medicinal plants in their own yard.
How do people make their living right now?
How do people make their living?
Yeah.
That's always a good question. I think Punta Gorda have the best economists in the world. That's a good question. Yeah. I don't know how people make it. You know, it's pathetic and hard to imagine. Yeah, it's a question I always ask myself too, and I still cannot get the answer for it.
Historically, the Garifuna have been farmers, fishermen, as well as some of the first teachers in Belize. Through hard work and self-sufficiency, the Garifuna managed to survive despite difficult conditions, slow economy, and a lack of jobs in most of Central America.
It's colonies, right?
Yeah, what happens is it gets in the air during the fire, and it's real bad.
I'll let you do them here.
Coconut in Garifuna is faloma. Faloma is coconut. So when we cook the food with the coconut milk, we call it faloma. Oh, so this fish soup is called faloma.
All right. Hey, get away, man. You guys, get away. This is really good on the plantain.
Beef plantain with fish cooked in coconut milk.
Dia bay sa po idilaw ko da pati na gatu mo gatia nura da aina pati na gatu mo gatia nura tuna mai tande kana tu ya po bana bagu padina o madunga riba me bigi bo riba me biga bure bai su bo ya me bui do mara su an bo.
Junior Aranda of Dangriga, Belize, is a Paranda singer. Junior sings humorous, poignant tunes, telling stories from his daily life.
Yeah, we used to work on board the ship. Sometimes we come down on the barge. I also work on the pier by rotation. So, while we there working, right? We, some girls from here went to board the ship. They have a lot of Jamaicans. They have a lot of Cubans. Makes people working aboard the ship. So the girls that went there to try and make a penny or a buck or two. So the Jamaicans, they tell them, okay, come board. They feed them, they give them money, and they tell them, okay, this is the time now, So they have, excuse me for the obscene language, they have sexual intercourse with the girls. But the girls, the Jamaicans, there was too much for them, right? So some of them, right, cried. Meanwhile, the Jamaican using them, the Jamaican was too much for them.
A little too big.
So some of them crying, some of them bawling, some of them making a lot of noise because Jamaica was too Jamaicanish.
It's the big island.
Give the action. No, stop the hill away from the. But hey, what's the action? Tell me, what's the action? Everybody look, you work, stop.
Paranda combines African rhythms and Latin guitar. The music reached its height in the early 20th century, but some of its masters, like Junior, are still singing and keeping the tradition alive. Perhaps the greatest Paranda composer is Gabaga Williams, also of Dangriga. At 83, he was sick and unable to play the guitar due to arthritis. But he was happy to meet us and wished to join us for a song. Gabaga's style, songs, and warm personality embody the soul of Paranda, which is at the same time beautiful, sad, and festive.
This is my best friend. He know my son, and he know how I play guitar. And I taught him the way how I play.
Unfortunately, this was the last recording of Gabaga Williams, as he died during the making of this film.
And you're going to take it with you when you go?
Yeah, and you got to go. I told my sisters, I told my brothers, I told my friends that my guitar have to go with me. They can put me there naked.
But the guitar,
Yeah, have to go.
you have to go home.
They don't have to look for back. They could throw me, but the guitar have to stay on my chest. They have to stay. I tell you, by this guitar, I live with a lot of women because of this guitar.
Paul Nabor is a multi-talented man, Bouye priest, fisherman, and leading parandero. Paul and his music are internationally known. Olivia Santino is the head of the Garifuna Cultural Council for the Toledo district of Belize. We spoke to her about language.
I think language is first and foremost where I'm concerned, because it starts from home. First and foremost. Then English over there, Creole over there. Right? Because you are a Garifuna at home before you go to school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying that I'm going to recover my Garifuna. I'm saying I'm going to say Hagam Kabala Dumre. No, I'm going to get Kalawago, do Hagam Garifuna. Do Hotela doing you. Nay, who know my I going to Haduma Garifuna. Hadagalagu, Kabi Pawi.
You know, with this modern situation, culture almost everywhere seems to be under attack. As we grow with the globalization, the internet, things become more modern, younger people are traveling and so on, the age of the television. What people are seeing over television in many areas and in remote areas of the world, they want to imitate that, they want to, all that is attacking the culture.
There are times that I get sad, at times I get vexed, at times I got mixed feelings about it. Most of the children of today are no longer talking Garifuna. You start telling them one word in Garifuna, they just stand up and look at you like, I don't know what.
It was once forbidden to speak the Garifuna language, and still it is not taught in the schools. This leaves the responsibility of keeping their language alive to the families. The kids in the street speak Creole.
Michael, give me this. Yeah, I give you that.
Unless an awareness comes in, apparently these languages and these cultures will totally dissipate. But what we have noticed when we were in New York, or we were in the United States, most of these people, most of these Garifuna children, even friends of ours who didn't speak Garifuna when they were here, now they try to speak it there. They become more interested in speaking it there than when they're here. And the reason for that apparently is that out there is the melting pot. You see people, especially in New York City, you find the Russian speaking his language, you find the German speaking his language, you find the Irish speaking his language, the Jamaican speaking his language, and the city tends to be people seem to take pride, especially living in a city like New York, on maintaining and speaking their own culture. You see the Jews, you see the Hasidics, and so on.
It's a way also of defining of who you are.
Yes, and there's a pride for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when my wife and myself we are out there on the train and so on, the Russians they're speaking their thing, and we are speaking our thing to it. It becomes so nice. We feel so good about it.
You cannot be what you are not. Mm-hmm. Be proud of who you are and what you are.
Despite historical obstacles and modern threats, Garifuna culture has survived. With the voices of their ancestors and the eternal rhythm of the drums to guide them, the Garifuna live close to their roots and continue an unbroken and unique tradition. Their vital and strong personalities burn with an enduring spirit.
Ayawa